any entrepreneurial secrets, so you can talk to Shannon for those. As Deb said, my name is Stacey. I'm with the Ag Entrepreneurship Initiative at Iowa State within the College of Ag and Life Sciences. I'm going to assume that the majority of you have never heard of our program, just because I'm guessing you haven't. We were started about 7 years ago, and I think I'll start by just giving you some background about what our purpose is so you can kind of understand how we go about marketing our message to students and outside. We're started with the focus of exposing undergraduate students to entrepreneurial skills and business development skills. I think university, especially our College of Ag, does a great job of teaching our students the science behind their majors. We have animal science, horticulture, agronomy. A lot of the times where they're lacking is in that business side, and students, no matter what they leave with, they need to have those business skills, and so that's where we come into play. The great thing about our program is we're kind of, when you look at our message we're trying to reach, we have two distinct audiences, and students are definitely one, and then industry is another, and I'll touch on industry later. But when you're looking at students and what we offer, we really look at educational theory on the side of experiencing, and there's a educational theorist, David Colby, with Case Western Reserve University, and he developed kind of this theory of experiential learning, and that's really learning by doing. And I think we all know within the industry that's really where we do our best, is learning by doing things. And that's how we feel our students learn. So our program is developed to offer a curriculum, classroom teaching on entrepreneurship, as well as out of the classroom experiential learning. Now the challenge is, when you do those types of things, is how do you get students to show up at those events? Because let's be honest, once they're outside of class, they are either going to be doing homework, or they're going to be doing everything socially, which is really what we're trying to compete against. And so how do you get those students to show up and have the initiative to invest their time in activities that, to be quite honest, are time-consuming at times? And I have some old students here that can agree with that. So how do you get those students to your events? On top of that, we have a great issue right now at the university. Is enrollment is on a 34-year all-time high for enrollment. We're looking at the enrollment being around 3,500 students. So when you're dealing with a program that requires students to come in on their own, and then also with such a large group of students, how do you create that awareness of your programs, and how do you convince them to come in? So those are the challenges that we've had. When we looked at our programs and the development of them and marketing them, we went with the first traditional way of marketing and how all programs at the university are marketed to students. You put posters up, you have a website, you send out email blasts. You know, with an email you can reach every student, if you can get them to open the email. And I've heard from numerous students, well, I never got that. I said, please go back through your deleted box and you will find that I did send you the email, you just didn't open it. So the big challenge is getting them to see the relevance of our message, and email's not always the best option. So that's where we looked at social media. For obviously Facebook is great with students, and we took a while to get into Facebook with our students, and it had nothing to do with the fact that we didn't think students were using it. It had more of the fact that dealt with, if you're going to do social media, and you guys are all well aware of this, you have to put the time into it. And right now, or previously, it was myself and our director were the only ones in our program, so time was kind of an issue. We recently hired a new office person, and she has really taken the lead on our social media. Now for our students, Facebook, we determined was the best option. You look at Twitter, you look at Facebook, but undergraduate students, although a lot of them in the College of Ag might have Twitter, actively using Twitter is another story. And so what we do is Facebook we found to be very effective as a means to get our story out and get our message out to students. This summer we've done a really good job. We have 20 interns that we place every summer. And this was the first year on Facebook we were able to highlight each one of those stories, each one of those students' stories. The great thing is once you tag them, you all know, then all their friends heard about it, and so that kind of just gave us this web of students hearing about our programs and starting to ask questions about, well, hey, I saw my friend was on it, did an internship, how do we get involved in that? So that's worked really well for us. Now, when you look at the industry side, it's a little bit of a different story. Industry for us initially was focused on getting linked up with industry contacts for internships or getting entrepreneurs onto campus to talk to our students. And at the same time, also looking at them for potential donors or fundraising sources. So that was where we initially were. Now, as our program has grown, we're looking also at outreach programs, which we've just kind of launched with our affiliates program. So you have a challenge there of how do you get that message out to the industry. Facebook obviously works great for our students. We did not want to have 2 messages on our Facebook page. So that's where we went to Twitter. And Twitter has been really, really great for us to get our message out to industry. I have always felt that Twitter is a great B2B avenue for promoting what's going on. And so we've really took that and gotten our message out. We've had some really good successes. One of those examples is we've had a student company that started probably about a year and a half ago, called Scout Pro. Maybe you've heard about it. But it's some students that came out of our program. Now, those students were faced with the challenge of just starting and not having a lot of money, so there was absolutely no marketing, and it was 3 farm kids, so they don't know a lot about marketing either. So we were able to do a lot with them and push their story, combine it with our story, out to industry. And through Twitter, they got a lot of coverage. Retweets happening, they had people seeing on Twitter what they were doing, contacting them directly about sales, about opportunities to partner. And at the same time, they got publicized in magazines including Successful Farming, Iowa Farmer Today, Feedstuffs Magazine, Wallace's Farmer, to name a few. The great thing is our story was told with their story. So it really worked good for us to use Twitter to get that message out. Another success that we had using Twitter is through business contacts, industry contacts. We had some Twitter feeds going out about programs that we have available, and one of those companies called us directly and wanted to know more about them, and now we have them signed up for internships and our affiliates program, and we have 2 students that are going to be starting with them this semester. So for us, it's been very successful. Long-term goals for our program, when we look at it, is to be the #1 ag entrepreneurship program in the nation. And how do you do that? It's about awareness. It's about people knowing that you're out there and offering good programs. I think we've got that part down. So now we're trying to let people know. When you look at the educational institutions that are out there, a lot of them are trying to find out what's going on in this area. And we're the leader in the ag side of things. So right now we're really pushing our story out, and social media has been really effective at helping us do that, as long as other forms of advertising. So with that, I think the whole goal for us, when we look at social media in general and all of our marketing campaigns that we put out there, is to determine the purpose that we're looking for, and then making sure that that's what we're focusing is that purpose, and we're utilizing it to its greatest capabilities. So we've had some good success with it, and you guys can follow us. I know our Twitter and everything is on all the promotional stuff, so you can follow us and learn more about our programs and learn more about the students coming out of Iowa State and what they've been up to. So